Hey guys, it's Dragon Rem. Today I have the non-spoiler review for Stephen King's adaptation of The Long Walk. If you watched, I highly recommend. If you haven't seen my book review of The Long Walk, I read it about a month and a half ago. I highly recommend you check out my book review of The Long Walk first before watching this video, because I'm gonna go into detail about how, not into full detail because it's a spoiler-free review, but how the book and the movie adaptation are similar and different. Um, so I was super excited to see this after reading the book. Um, and I just kept rewatching the trailers because it just made my excitement just continue to escalate and grow. So I went to see it yesterday afternoon with my dad, and it was it was the most suspenseful and powerful and most powerful film I've seen in a long time. Oh my god, the tension was just as it was just as tension filled as the book. If you've read the book, you know what happens, and seeing seeing it play out on the big screen was just a it made my adrenaline go go. It made it skyrocket. So there were points where I was literally gripping the armrests of my chair because even though I knew what was going to happen, I wasn't sure how it was going to play out in the film, and knowing what happens, it just it just made it so much more it just made it that much more suspenseful. And yeah. But this is probably one of the best movies of the year, guys. I loved it from beginning to end. Um, I'm not really into Stephen King, but The Long Walk was the one book of his I've always wanted to read, and this film was fantastic. The actors themselves were phenomenal, especially um, the three standouts for me were the ones who played Ray Garrity. Um, the one who played Peter McVries, he was phenomenal. He was my favorite character in the story in The Long Walk, and the actor who betrayed him, his acting was fantastic. I he was such a he played him top tier. He was fantastic, and Mark Hamill as the Major. Oh my God! Every word that came out of his mouth, it was just so sinister. There were just even parts where he would be on the screen. I couldn't believe it was Mark Hamill, but just by his voice alone, he just made his character more sinister and more just more evil, just evil, man. But it did not skip out on any of the deaths. Oh my god, the deaths were brutal. That's not they were brutal. There were even a few that made me want to turn away, but um yeah, it was this film was just fantastically well made. It was just everything about this film was just phenomenal. Um So I highly recommend this to people who have read The Long Walk and who are diehard Stephen King fans. Um, my aunt is a huge diehard Stephen King fan, so I might show it to her when it comes out on streaming, or might get the Blu-ray because it was just so good. Um, yeah, so The Long Walk is definitely one of the best movies of the year. It's such a powerful film. I loved it. 10 out of 10 stars. I highly recommend you guys to go see it. It's so good. If you've seen or read the book, put in the comments who your favorite character is. Because like I said, my favorite character is McVrees. Um, yeah, Pete McVrees. So put in the comments who your favorite character is, and also why. Um, the character you put in the comments why you like them. So I'd like to see that too. So that's my review, and so my next movie is Black Phone 2. The Black Phone's one of my all-time favorite horror movies. It's so good. And the sequel's gonna be so worth the wait. I've waited for a few years now. I cannot wait to see it. So once I see it on October 17th, depending if I see it on the day it comes out or maybe a few days after, depending on what happens in my daily life. But once I see Black Phone 2, I'm going to do a review on that for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I'm starting to do my yearly Halloween videos, so stay tuned for those coming in the next probably 2-3 weeks. And I'll upload more stuff for you guys in the near future. And be sure to subscribe for more reviews, reactions, and other neat surprises. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.